the labor market. You've talked about the fundamental principles and rights at work. Basically, that's the bedrock of why this ministry is seated here. Our mandate basically speaks to what you have just shared with us here. And also to just put it across that the employer and the worker are inextricably intertwined. You cannot pull this aside unless you tell me something else in the world of that is governed by technology. But even there are limits, one way or another. Even those technologies are operated by humans. So that is a fundamental for us which we hold very dearly. And in understanding that, we care so much about the worker. We care so much about the employer because we know each of the two are citizens of our community. And as a government, we commit to what we are supposed to be here for. What we are here for is to govern, and governing so that our people prosper, so that our people live a life that is deserving. We are a Christian nation, and so I will say it, that this is the way God set us here. And in any other religion and so forth, the human being is the center of our being where we are, and of whatever actions that we take. So that win-win situation is what we look for in this relationship, therefore, because the two are inextricably intertwined, and even the government also is inextricably intertwined in that relationship, because we have talked about the objectives of why this mandate was put in place, why the law was put in place, the Employment Code Act, the international standards, to just name but a few. They are made to ensure that whatever we do at industry to produce for ourselves, for our children, grandchildren, and everybody, is to ensure that that is done in an amicable manner. It's done with the highest level of stewardship from all the players. So stewardship is a very, very important element that we look out for, that we talk about, be it with the workers. Someone will say probably the picture out there from the from some circles of employers might audit that the Ministry of Labour only cares about the worker. They won't think about the employer and he who provides for that salary that goes the other side. But of course, there's he or she who provides the labor the other side. If we didn't care about we didn't give enough due attention to the employer, why then would we have on my organogram there the Department for Productivity? Why then would we have Kaizen Institute be placed here and all the work they do? It's because there's an expectation that the workers, much as they claim their package, a deserving package that meets a national and international standard, have an obligation. To every right, there's an obligation. They have an obligation to put in the best. And so this is where we say, for the best that they put in, we call out to the employers to ensure that they are also investing in human development facets that relate to the work that is being conducted, their education, their training, that capacity building package, the mindset change in their workers. You don't expect that every worker that walks your corridors knows what they're here for. They are looking for money in the first place. But someone has to let them understand that here where you have come, behave like an owner. Because you are an owner as well. Much as this company is in somebody else's name, you are an owner because you're a stakeholder. You have a stake in this. And in any case, you bring stock to it. So that stock which you want to yield, and their stock is the level of effort that they bring to the table. That stock you're bringing here, you want it to yield to the best. And so you've got to put in the best. If it's your labor, while the other one puts in the money and the supervision and all other elements that we look for to ensure that we are all gelled together on that objective. So for that reason, we say to the employers, government stands in the middle, and government receives feedback as well. Government, as Minister of Labour, we receive feedback to ensure that there is continuous improvement in the services that we are presenting, that we bring to the market, to wrap around the market. This is, we usually say here, we believe, and I'm sure you do, that this is the biggest human resource department that you have in the country. This is the biggest human resource department. So the products are there, and so we say to you, Ufez, as you come along, that we believe in the win-win, and we believe that there's much that skill needs to be put on the table to invest in human resource development. And we also say employers' responsibilities to ensure that the working relationship works out to the levels of productivity that we expect. There's investment that has to come here. We hear much about corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility, well, it starts from where you are with your own employees. You can't go out there and talk about corporate social responsibility without factoring in the workers. They are the front line. You want them to go home healthy, healthy and safe every day. It is in your interest. So why would you not provide PPE for your workers? Why would you not give them a break that will give them time to recuperate, for fatigue management? Why would you not give them a package that motivates them, uplifts their motivation and their morale, so that the following day they are looking forward to run back because they feel like an owner. You've treated them as such, as a partner. They feel like an owner. But yes, of course, we know that there are procedures that must also be put in place. Are the employers ensuring that those processes and procedures that interpret what is expected at the workplace in terms of responsibilities are all put in place, and the workers are educated, and the employers are also sensitized about compliance to the laws of the country. So these are some of the areas that we are saying we need to up it. We need to continuously improve on this, and which also includes the issue of human resource expertise that you draw, the human resource management expertise. It's very convenient for some of the employers that we have stumbled upon through our inspections, that anyone who's in the neighborhood, come and do this job. Make sure that you listen to us. It's not to those people. You know who feeds you, so you know the finger that is feeding you. But to whose detriment? To your own. You're setting yourself up for failure. And so this is the reason why the president, in the earliest time in office, at the earliest, was able to pick up a draft amendment legislation, ZIRIM legislation that had been sitting for more than 10 years, if not 15 from what I was informed, that it's been sitting there without giving enough teeth to ZIRIM to be able to come and help you employ the right expertise, the qualifications, and so forth, to help you stand in between and interpret the law to you and to the other side, bring in techniques and everything else that can help you make a productive enterprise together with your employees. So productivity is our business. Advisory services is our business. And so I've said, be proactive as well. Come to the ministry to be guided. So you don't have to come here because someone has dragged you here, has forced you to come here because they've reported you. We are not police. We are not, certainly not. So come along where you're not sure, so that we guide each other. And you've seen now we are going with everybody out in the field. We've taken a whole household, an inclusive approach, participative, that when we go out, it's not only us, but it's those institutions at the bottom there, our statutory institutions. They are together with us, they are our partners. They will point out in their particular areas for their mandate, and be able to guide you as well. So welfare of citizens is the same welfare we look for the workers. So they don't take it off when they leave home and come to the workplace. There they become something else, lesser than a citizen. they are a citizen. So the welfare that we talk about as a government is the welfare you talk about as well. The boards one has been